There sure are. On Syracuse, you have a new head coach, a bunch of offensive weapons, so you know this is going to be a powerful start for this SU team. And on the Stanford side, guess what? Some of the best freshmen in the entire country. The 20-year-old shattered the single-season rushing record last year. Hard to do much better than that. And still, head coach Dino Babers said you can expect even more. Syracuse lacrosse,
oh my God,
that was an era. I mean, it was a dynasty, and it's something people still talk about to this day. He really cultivated the program there, but that's why they trust this program in his hands again. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think you have to give Gary Gait more than 1 year to be able to cultivate this team. Gardner proved his skill during Cincy's 13-1 season last year. And the big thing that sticks out about him to NFL experts, besides his cool nickname, of course, is his competitiveness and his potential. And coming up this week, there is another opportunity for fans to make those lasting memories. SU is going to be facing off against Drexel this Sunday. And then next week, they'll also be hosting Colgate, which is my alma mater, so it might be hard to pick a team to root for. Denver Golden State. Pressure under the basket. Here's a solution behind the back pass and the beautiful finish. Everyone's caught looking. Defender nowhere in sight. And it's been great just to see the way that this team has grown, but especially in the last game against Temple, they came out of the gate strong, and they showed that there are so many different threats that they can rely upon. You take a look at Emma Tyrell. She is able to do so many different things. She's shooting from the 8. She'll shoot from the inside. She'll dodge to the inside, even if there's pressure, take some long-range shots. And she even will get the assist from her sister, which is just adorable. It's one of the biggest series of the year for the Mets in a battle to hold on to first place in the NL East. Welcome into sports. I'm Samantha Croston. Tonight begins game 1 of the 3-game series between the Mets and the Atlanta Braves. Right now, the Mets are clinging on to their first place lead in the NL East. The Braves right on their tail, only 1.5 games back. The Mets are coming off a split series against Miami, taking games 1 and 3 and dropping games 2 and 4. But the Braves, they're one of the hottest teams in all of baseball right now. They just swept the Nationals. They've won 8 of the last 10 games. And to really put in perspective how far they've come, on June 1st, the Braves were 10.5 games behind the Mets. They have since gone 29-8 and cut 9 games off that lead. Game 1 of the series at Truist Park begins tonight at 7:20 p.m. on SNY. Highlights coming up at 10 and 11 right here on CNY Central. There's a standout in the NBA Summer League on the LA Lakers right now, and he happens to be a former Orange. Cole Swider continues to prove he belongs with the pros after signing a 2-way deal with the Lakers. The forward showed out in his performance against the Charlotte Hornets Sunday night, scoring 21 points, his highest yet in the Summer League. His best weapon has been his ability to shoot well from the outside, and Sunday night was no different. Swider was 5 for 8 from three-point range, and through 5 Summer League performances, Swider is shooting over 50% from 3 and has scored in double figures 4 times. The 6'9" forward will have his next opportunity to compete tomorrow against the LA Clippers. The start time is 11 p.m. and will be televised on NBA TV. The Crunch just locked in one of their most important players for another year. Goalkeeper Max Legacy has re-signed with the Tampa Bay Lightning to a 1-year, 2-way contract. Legacy was a critical component to the Crunch's success down the stretch, posting a 23-9-2 record, saving over 90% of the shots he faced and posting 4 shutouts. He tied for 3rd in the AHL for shutouts and was 6th for goals against average. In addition to 36 games played for the Crunch last season, he also made 2 NHL appearances with Tampa Bay. And I was a goalie, so you can take it from me. If you have a good goalie, everything else tends to fall into place. That's your look at sports. I'm Samantha Croston.
If you don't say so. Thank you, Sam. Coming up.
From the time Jamie Boeheim started playing basketball at 7 years old, the most meaningful part about the sport never involved the X's and O's.
From the jump, the connections and the team chemistry you can build and just celebrating a win is really what it's about for me.
But with a last name like Boeheim came added responsibility and pressure.
You kind of just assume anyone in the basketball world is going to recognize that name and have expectations with it.
Those pressures magnified in the college recruiting process.
These coaches already know who I am. They're probably already watching me to see, oh, what can Jim Boeheim's daughter do?
Jamie committed to the University of Rochester to play basketball, but the pressure simmered. especially as her freshman season got closer and people expressed how excited they were to see her play.
And in my mind, I took that as like, okay, they have expectations, they think I'm going to be really good, and what if I'm just not?
Right at the beginning of her sophomore season is when she had her breaking point.
It's too mentally taxing, it's too physically straining. Really, what am I even getting out of it anymore? That was where I was at, you know, is there anything I'm getting out of this besides my friendships?
She quit right then and there, so she wouldn't go back on a decision she knew in her heart was the right one. Even though her family couldn't walk in her shoes, they did their best to support her, including Dad.
Like any other parent, he just wants me to be happy and live my dreams. And although, you know, his whole life has been dedicated to basketball, it doesn't mean mine has to.
She won't be scoring 20 points a game, and she won't be known for the thing her family's dynasty is built upon. Instead, she'll be paving her own way, building her own legacy.
I think people really love and think that it's special that I'm different, and I've learned to embrace that.
Jamie is currently in the process of applying to several grad schools in the Northeast to become a mental health counselor. A notable on that list, Syracuse University. The Boeheims could end up having 3 kids repping the orange after all. Live in the studio tonight, I'm Samantha Croston.